Hold on, y'all. Good morning. Let's see if we can, is that going right?
Morning.
Yeah. Hi, we'll wait and see who else is coming in today. Give it another minute and then we'll get started. All right, let's see. Oh. All right. I'll give it just another moment. Awesome. Okay. Let's do participants. Alrighty, let's see y'all. All right, so Sunday morning, Vinyasa. Here we go, my friends. As always, listen to your body, flow into movements that feel best to you. Take those options and variations. So I'm just making sure I look okay in this setup. And we always do a little bit of core. So we'll get started in child's pose when you're ready, facing the front edge of your mat. So always those options depending on how you're feeling today. Arms nice and long out in front of you, or perhaps resting behind you on your low back. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust. Bringing those sit bones back towards your heels. Finding your connection, oh no, with your breath. So again, coming into these first few moments of our class, of our practice here, bringing awareness to the tension in the body. The noise in the mind. Getting set up for the week ahead. And we'll begin our practice with 3 rounds of community breath. So let's begin with that exhale, start to empty the lungs. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs back up, and take that long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. We'll go 2 more rounds just like that. Deep breath in through the nose, fill up the lungs. Long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. And one more time through, deep inhale and long, gentle exhale. Bringing those sit bones back towards your heels. Stay here for another moment. Finding that intention for your class, your practice. What would you like to focus on? Where do you need to release tension? Where do you need to release the noise in the mind? And then starting to get into our side body this morning, let's go ahead and walk your hands over to that right side, right corner of your mat. As we do this, option across the left hand over your right. Work your left hip back towards your left heel. We'll stay for another breath. On your inhale, come back to center, lengthen. And then go to the other side, left side of the room, left side of the mat. Option across, right hand over the left. Working that forehead down towards the mat. Another round of breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Let's take an active child's pose. Press into the fingertips, press into the palms. Guide those sit bones closer towards your heels. And with your next inhale, come up to your first tabletop, going right into some movement for you this morning. A sway of the hips, a release of tension in the neck and the shoulders, taking those gentle circles with the head clockwise and counterclockwise. Maybe extending one leg and the other behind you, starting to get into the calves, into the soles of the feet. And then bring yourselves back to center into tabletop. Bring awareness to those hands, spreading the fingers wide, pressing your palms into the mat, shoulders away from ears, tops of the feet flat on the mat behind you. Core is active here, nice flat tabletop. Let's flow through our cat cow. On your next exhale, begin to round the spine, coming to cat pose, gaze towards the belly. On your inhale, come through cow, look up, shoulders away from ears, sit bones lift. Again, exhale, round the spine, return to cat. And inhale, gaze up to cow. We'll go 2 more rounds. Exhale to cow, or sorry, cat. Inhale to cow. And last time here, exhale. And inhale, gaze up. Let's bring ourselves back to center and tabletop. Taking puppy dog pose, walk those hands forward, let your sit bones lift high, your chest drops down towards the floor of the mat, forehead connected here onto the floor. Depending on how you feel, maybe after a few rounds of breath, we start to switch it out, placing our chin on the mat and gazing forward. Stay here, let your chest drop down towards the floor of the mat. Few more rounds of breath. Deep inhales. Long exhale, final moment. And with your next breath, slowly come back to tabletop. All right, friends, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I have to check on my son. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. All right. It's been a morning. All right, we're in puppy dog pose. We came back up to tabletop. If you're not already there, bring it back to tabletop. Let's take a gentle movement again. Whew, and bring yourselves back to stillness. We'll take thread the needle. On your next inhale, reach your left hand high to the sky, reaching up nice and tall. And then slowly thread left arm underneath right, shoulder and cheek onto the mat. Staying here, working into the spine. Option. Start to walk that right hand nice and long in front of you. Right arm straightens. Staying here, or right leg extends behind you, toes onto the mat. Stay here, start to lift that right foot to the sky. Balancing on left shoulder, left knee. Eyes steady on a gazing spot. You're going for it, reach right hand to the sky. Stay for another moment. Maybe drop that right hand towards your low back. If you're working on the balance, can you lift that right heel another inch higher? Final breath. Exhale, lower the knee, lower the palm. On an inhale, unthread. Reach left hand back to sky. And exhale, left palm back to the mat. Let's come to the right side. Inhale, right hand high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, shoulder and cheek onto the mat. Stay here or extend left arm nice and long in front of you. Staying or extending that left leg long behind you, toes onto the mat. Find your steady gazing spot. If it feels okay, start to lift left foot to the sky. And then maybe the left arm goes with. Left hand can drop towards the low back. Heel lifting higher. Another breath. Exhale, lower the knee, lower the palm. On an inhale, unthread right hand to the sky. Exhale, right palm down to the mat. Let's flow cat-cow to downward dog. Exhale, round the spine, returning to cat pose. Inhale, come through to cow, gaze up. On this exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. First one of the day, take some movement, pedal out those legs, bend one knee and the other. Shake your head, yes and no. Again, movement for you here. And then find that stillness in your downward facing dog. Let's come to those hands. Spread the fingers wide again. Feel your palms planted. Feel each part of the finger connected onto the mat. Feeling that energy shoot from your hands up through the arms to the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Start to gaze towards those knees if you're not already looking there. Lift your sit bones another inch higher. Let your heels drop closer to the mat. Stay for another round of breath. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Let's stretch out the legs. With your next breath in, reach that right foot to the sky. 3-leg downward dog. Heels up, toes down. Take a breath. Start to stack the hip, right hip on top of the left, heel in towards the glute. Try not to dip into that left shoulder. Another breath here. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, release that right foot down on the mat. Shake it out. We're gonna go to the left side when you're ready. Return to downward facing dog. And then inhale, left leg to the sky. Heel up, toes down, stay for a breath. Start to stack the hip, left hip on top of the right. Heel in towards the glute. Another breath here. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, release that left foot down to the mat. Again, a little bit of movement, downward facing dog. Create stillness, stay for another breath. And then walking your hands back towards your feet. We're gonna come into our first forward fold. So slowly walking those hands back. Straight legs if you can, if you need to, bend those knees, but we come to the forward fold at the back edge of your mat. Create some gentle movement here, again, pedaling the legs out or taking ragdoll, that gentle sway side to side. And then return to stillness into your forward fold, head dropping down towards the mat. Releasing your hands down, let's take a twist. Bending into your left knee, left hand onto the mat, reach right hand to the sky, right leg stays straight here. We're getting the outside of the leg, right hand can drop towards your low back. Maybe you're looking up and over that right shoulder. Another round of breath. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, fold, switch it up and into your right knee. Right hand onto the mat. Reach your left hand to the sky. Left leg is long, is straight. Option to drop left hand towards your low back. Gaze up and over your left shoulder, another breath. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, find your halfway lift. So really focus on that nice long spine. We're gazing down towards the floor. Shoulders are away from ears. Navel's pressing in. Sit bones lift. A little bend in the knees if you need it there. Stay for another breath. Exhale, deep forward fold, release. And on your next inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach the arms up and overhead. Slight back bend if that feels good to you. Bring your palms to touch. Hands back to heart. Take a breath here. Bring awareness to our feet for a moment. Feet hip distance apart. Spread those toes wide. Lift them off the mat and then slowly place the toes back onto the floor. With your next inhale, reach those hands to the sky. On your exhale, take cactus arms here. A little bit of a back bend or gaze up. Elbows in line with shoulders. If you like to, elbows coming closer together behind you. Stay for another breath. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Let's interlace those fingers and flip the palms up. Shoulders away from ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, reach up and over to the right side. Stay here, work that left side body back. Take another inhale. Your exhale, go a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Again, lengthen, press the palms to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, up and over to the left. Work right shoulder, right hip back. Gaze up if that feels okay. Another breath in. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. And inhale, back to center. On this exhale, begin to release your hands to the low back, interlace your fingers, draw your knuckles down towards the floor. We're gonna take a forward fold, but with those fingers interlaced. So on your inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale with a flat back, start to fold forward, then round the spine and bring those arms up and overhead. Let's stay here for a moment, releasing into the shoulders. Stay for a final breath. And on your next exhale, slowly release those hands down towards the floor. With your inhale, find your halfway lift. And on your exhale, we fold. Walking your hands forward, we come to our first high plank. So spreading those fingers wide, palms pressed into the mat, around the toes of the feet, the ball of the foot. Option to come to the knees with the feet lifted if you need support, or again, to the forearms if your wrists are sensitive today. Stay for a breath. Just one time through. On your next inhale, come forward to the tips of your toes. On your exhale, if you need to come to the knees, do it, but slowly make your way all the way to the belly. Tops of your feet go flat. On your inhale, lift your chest. We're gonna start in a low cobra this morning, gazing down at the floor, shoulders away from ears. Deep bend in the elbows, another breath, press the tops of the feet to the mat, and on your exhale, come down, left cheek on the mat. We're gonna go again. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, so deep bend in those elbows. Press the tops of the feet to the mat and start to lift the palms up. Utilizing that low back strength, chest lifted. Stay for another inhale, can you lift a little bit higher? And exhale, come down, right cheek onto the mat, palms planted. We're gonna do that one more time, adding on. With your next inhale, lift your chest, low cobra. Press the tops of the feet to the mat, lift the palms. If you're going with me this morning, start to lift the feet off the floor. We're gonna add in that scissor-like motion. So with your inhale, bring your arms straight out in front of you, spread those feet apart. Exhale, feet together, elbows shoulder height. Inhale, extend, legs apart. Exhale, lift up. Again, inhale. And exhale. Two more, inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Stay here, stay lifted, feet off the mat, chest lifted for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, left cheek on the mat, palms planted, stay here. Tops of the feet pressing to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, or start to go into full cobra now. Pressing those palms to the mat, shoulders away from ears, little bit of a bend in the elbows, gazing down towards the floor or up at the sky. Let's stay for another breath. On your next exhale, so you're gonna make your way to your downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, take some gentle movement here. Find that stillness in your downward facing dog. Let's go ahead, take it to the right side. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. 3-leg downward dog. Take a breath, start to stack the hip. Right hip on top of the left. Again, option to bend the knee. Another breath here. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, step right foot up. In between the hands, let's bring that back knee onto the mat, top of the foot flat. We're getting slow into this morning. Walk that right foot forward. Reach the hands to the sky. On your next exhale, get low, get deep into this low lunge. Take another breath. Exhale, cactus arms, or return to those fingers interlaced behind you. Draw the knuckles down. Open the heart, the chest, a little bit of that back bend. Another breath here. Inhale, hands back to the sky. Exhale, gentle twist. The left hand to the inside of your foot, right hand reaching high. Stay for another round of breath. On your exhale, switch it out. Right hand to the inside of your foot. Reach the left hand high to the sky. Another breath. On your exhale, release the left hand to the inside of the foot. So both the left and the right are in the inside of that right foot. And walk your right foot towards the right edge of your mat a little bit. Coming into dragon pose or lizard. So as you're here, you may already feel this into the hips. You can stay onto the palms. Or maybe if you have blocks or books or pillows, you can start to rest onto the forearms with a little support. Or if you want to go all the way down, maybe one forearm's meeting today and not the other, that's okay. Allow the crown of the head to drop down towards the floor of the mat. We'll stay for a breath. Inhale, come back up onto the palms. Stay there for a moment. Keep your left palm planted. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee and begin to press that right knee away from you. Your right sole of the foot comes off the mat. You can look up and over your right shoulder. Another round of breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Let's walk that right foot back towards the midline, one hand on either side of the front foot. Start to tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, listen carefully, and as much as you can, start to straighten that right leg. So if you need support, blocks, books underneath the palms, otherwise tops of the fingertips are fine. That left heel can be off the mat or rounding our spine, crown of the head reaching towards our foot. Stay for a breath. Exhale, bend into your right knee. We're going through that again. So again, inhale, straighten that right leg, stretching the back side of the leg here, another breath. Exhale, bend into the knee. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, and last time through, inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, deepen. Palms are planted either side of that right foot. Let's set that right foot back into our high plank. Take a breath. We're shifting forward. Inhale to the tops of the toes. Exhale, come down to the belly. This time we flow, so the tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, lift your chest, your choice. Low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. Stay for breath. And on your next exhale, bring it back to downward facing dog. Take some movement, shake it out. All right, we're coming to the left side. When you're ready, inhale, left leg high to the sky. Find length, find height. Start to stack the hip. Left hip on top of the right, heeling towards the glute. Awareness in that right shoulder. Another round of breath here. Inhale, straighten that left leg out. Exhale, step left foot up. In between your hands, back knee is on the mat. Top of that back foot is flat. Inhale, reach your hands high to the sky. Take a breath, gaze at that front foot. If you need more space, walk it forward, and then on your exhale, sink into this low lunge. Another moment, another breath. On your next exhale, release your hands behind you. Interlace those fingers, draw the knuckles down, open the heart. Back bend here, you can gaze up, another breath. Inhale, hands to the sky, we take our twist. Exhale, right hand to the inside of the foot, left hand reaching high. Stay for a breath. And then we switch it out. Left hand to the inside of the foot, we reach our right hand high. Pressing arm into leg, leg back into arm, final moment. Exhale, release that right hand down. Walk that left foot more towards the left side of your mat. And then going into your dragon or lizard pose. So again, utilizing blocks, pillows, books here. Otherwise, you can make your way down to one forearm or the other. Maybe just stay on your palms this morning. Allow the crown of the head to drop down. We're getting into the hips. Stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, let's start to come back up onto those palms if you're not already there. Keeping the foot where it is, hands where they are, but that left hand comes to the inside of our left knee. We're gonna press that left knee away from us. The sole of your left foot comes off the mat. And that option to twist the neck using over your left shoulder. Another moment, another round of breath. On your next inhale, come back to center. Walk that left foot back towards the midline, one hand on either side of that left foot. So to tuck your right toe under, lift your right knee off the mat. And on your next inhale, straighten out that left leg as much as you can. If you need a little bend in the knee, it's okay. Right heel's off the mat. Exhale, bend back into that left knee. We go again. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, deepen. We go two more. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, last time through. Inhale. And exhale. Stay here, one hand on either side of that left foot. Step that front foot back into your high plank. On your inhale, come forward to the tips of the toes. On your exhale, make your way down to your belly. Flow through. Inhale, lift your chest. Low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we return to down dog or tabletop. Give your body a little shake out. So we're gonna work into our core strengthening, but also today focusing a little bit more on the upper body and the shoulders, coming to dolphin pose. So when you're ready, always the option to even do this on your knees, but we're coming onto the forearms. So as you're here, we come to those forearms, palms can be planted, or we interlace our fingers with the pinky side down. Now the top of the head does not touch the mat. We look towards our toes first. Stay here, shoulders away from ears. So you're probably already feeling this. You might be feeling this a lot in the shoulders, the upper back. Now to challenge ourselves, we start to walk those toes closer in towards our face, keeping that momentum in the shoulders away from our ears. Still breathing, maybe shaking. Stay here, another 3 full rounds of breath, finding that full inhale. Use the long exhale. 2 more rounds of breath here, deep inhale. Long exhale and final moment, final full round of breath, stay with it. And on your next exhale, bring those knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touch together. Arms extend nice and long in front of you into child's pose. If you want that upper body, that upper back release, arms behind you. Perhaps stacking your palms on top of one another on your low back. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Settling the mind. Settling the body, settling the heart here. Staying for another round of breath. And with your next inhale, let's slowly start to come back to tabletop or downward facing dog. We'll stay here for a breath. On your next exhale, gazing up at your hands, we're gonna come to Malasana, that deep squat. So when you're ready, step, walk, or jump your feet to the outside of your hands, toes out, heels in, sink those hips low, hands to heart center. Staying here for a moment, pressing those elbows into your knees, reaching up through the crown of the head, shoulders away from your ears. Stay with your breath. Use each exhale to calm the body, calm the mind, calm the heart. Deep inhales, long exhales. Envision those sit bones dropping down towards the mat. We're here for another breath. And on your next exhale, let those hands come down to the floor. Slowly lift your hips to the sky. Walk your feet back in, hip distance apart, and take a little movement. Pedal out those legs. Take ragdoll if it feels good to you. Grabbing opposite elbows, taking that gentle sway side to side. We come back to center into our forward fold. With your next inhale, find your halfway lift. Really focus on that nice long spine, shoulders away from ears. Another breath here. And exhale, we fold. With your inhale, come all the way to standing, arms up, overhead, slight back bend if that feels good. And on your exhale, bring your palms to touch, your hands to your heart. Take a breath here. All right, going through and adding on. Inhale, hands to the sky. On your exhale, fold forward. Your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, we fold. Plant your hands, step it back. Option, come right to downward facing dog, or we flow from high plank. Exhale down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it back. Downward dog, shake it out. Let's take it to that right side. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. 3-leg downward dog. Start to stack the hip. Right hip on top of the left. Heeling towards the glute. Another round of breath. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step right foot up in between your hands. Keep your back knee off the mat this time. We're gonna go right into our twist. Left hand to the inside of the foot. Reach your right hand to the sky. Stay for another breath. Exhale, release your right hand to the inside of the leg. Reach your left hand to the sky. On this exhale, drop that left hand to the inside of the foot. Walk that right foot a little bit further towards the edge of your mat, coming to a more heated dragon or lizard pose. So if you want that back knee to the mat, take it. Otherwise, knees lifted, come down to the forearms. You can take that little bit of movement to and from the ball of your foot to the tips of your toes. Getting into those hips a little bit more. We're here for another breath. On your inhale, come back up onto your palms. Keep that left hand planted, right hand to the inside of the knee. Press that right knee away from you. Gaze up and over that right shoulder. Again, you can keep the left knee on the mat if that feels best. On your next exhale, let that right foot come back to the mat. Bring that right foot back towards the midline. One hand on either side of that right foot. Your inhale, straighten that right leg. And on your exhale, go deeper into the knee. We're gonna do that 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Now stay with me here. Getting that back knee off the mat if you're not already there. We're going to transition into ninja pose. So bring both hands back to the inside of your right foot. Come to the left heel. You're going to transition your right foot to face that left upper corner of your mat. And let your hips sink over towards that right foot, right heel. Left heel stays on the mat. Toes face the sky. So I'm going to face you guys. This is my right side. It probably looks like my left to you, but again, this is where you're at. Now you might be much higher than I'm showing, which is fine, but you want to feel that stretch on the inside of your left leg. Let's stay for a breath here. And then on your inhale, I'd like you to walk your hands towards the middle, toes in, heels out. We're into a wide-legged forward fold now. So those legs are straight. You can grab opposite elbows, crown of the head reaching down towards the floor of the mat. We'll stay for a moment. Option to grab for the outside of the legs, the big toes, the calves, or maybe walk your hands through the legs, drawing the crown of the head closer towards the floor. Let's stay for a breath here. On your next inhale, place your hands on your hips, elbows reach up to the sky, flat back, start to make your way to standing. So again, facing your right side, right toes, transition them to the front edge of your mat. Left toes towards the side of the wall. Arms in line like a T, bend into your right knee, warrior two. Stay here for a moment. With your next breath, let's straighten that right leg, palms touch overhead. And exhale, come back down. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. Hold it here, arms are strong. Gazing over those front fingertips, flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Left hand resting on that back leg or wrapping around your low back. We're gonna stay here for a moment, take a breath in, exhale, go deeper into your right knee. Take another breath in, exhale, reach that right arm further behind you. Another breath. Inhale, come back up. Warrior two, now straighten that right leg. Let's take triangle, right hand reaching forward, left hip pulls back, and then we take that tilt. So find that length in the side body. Lift that left hand high to the sky. Work that left side body on top of your right. Gaze wherever's best for your neck today. And mindfulness in that right knee. If you need a little bend, take it. Stay here, another round of breath. On your next inhale, bring it back up, warrior two. Let's flip that front palm again, reach up and back, reverse. Inhale to center, and exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step that front foot back. Option, come right to down dog or flow. Exhale down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And then we return to down dog. So take a breath here. Let's take it to our left side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky, hold it. So just stack the hip, left hip on top of the right, heel in towards the glute. Another round of breath. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, step left foot up in between your hands. Keep that back knee off the mat. Going right into our twist, right hand to the inside of the foot, reach that left hand to the sky. Stay with me, stay here, another breath. We're gonna switch it out. Exhale, left hand to the inside of your foot, reach your right hand to the sky. Another round of breath. Exhale, release the hands down to the inside of your foot. We're coming into that hip release. Walk the left foot over towards the left side of your mat. Hold it here, or come down onto the forearms. Stay for a breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Sorry, little kid issues today. Another breath here. Slowly start to come back up onto your palms. If you're not already there, we're gonna take that twist or that deep stretch into our hip. Right hand stays down, left hand to the inside of your knee. Press that left knee away from you. Start to gaze up and over your left shoulder. Another round of breath. Exhale, release the left foot down. Bring that left foot back towards the midline. We straighten that left leg here. Inhale, straighten out that left leg. Back heels on the mat, off the mat, sorry. And then exhale, come back into that left knee. 3 more rounds. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, last time through. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, deepen. Hold it here. Stay for a breath. We're gonna go into our ninja pose again. So your right heel is gonna come on the mat behind you. Right toes lift off the floor. Shift your left toes to face that, what was the upper right-hand corner of your mat. And then let your hips sink down. Hands come onto the inside of your left foot. So again, for me, it probably looks like I'm on my right side, but this is my left. Hips sink down, and your hips might be much higher up, which is fine, but just feel that stretch on the inside of the leg. We're gonna stay for another breath. And then slowly walk your hands towards the midline, straighten the legs, bring your toes and your heels out, a wider stance if you need to. Allow the crown of the head to drop down towards the mat. Grabbing opposite elbows here, take a sway if you need it. Grab for opposite ankles, grab for the big toes. Walk the hands in between the legs, whatever feels best to you here in this wide-legged forward fold. Staying for another round of breath. On your next inhale, hands on your hips. Elbows reach up to the sky with a flat back. Start to make your way up to standing. We're gonna bring our left toes to face the front of your mat. Your right toes to face the side. Arms shoulder height, bend into that left knee, warrior two. Hold it here, get set up. We're going deeper. Inhale, straighten that left leg, palms touch overhead. And exhale, get lower, get deeper here. We go again. Inhale. And exhale and hold and stay. Find your breath, flip that front palm on your next exhale, reach that left hand up and back, right hand resting on that back leg or wrapping around your low back. Stay for a breath in on your exhale, go deeper into your front knee. Stay for another breath on this exhale, reach that left arm behind you. Another round of breath here. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. And straighten the front leg, let's take triangle. Left hand reaching forward, right hip pulls back, stay for breath, and then tilt it out. Left hand resting on your shin, above your knee, wherever feels best. But remember, right hand's lifting high. Feel your body lift up and then stack. I feel this stretch deeply on the inside of my left leg because of that rotation back. Your gaze wherever is best for you. Stay for another breath. And on your inhale, let's bring it back up to warrior two. Stay here, gazing over your front fingertips, flip that front palm, reach up and back, reverse the warrior. And inhale, come back to center. Let's cartwheel those hands down. Step the front foot back, high plank, option to go right to down dog or flow forward to the tips of your toes. And on your exhale, down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, bring it back to down dog, give it a little shake out, find your breath. Option to opt out of this, but we're going back into dolphin. So when you're ready, coming on to the forearms, palms planted on the mat or fingers interlaced, pinky side down. Crown of the head does not touch the mat here. We're gazing at those toes. Challenging ourselves a little bit more, walk those toes in closer towards our face, heels working towards the mat. Shoulders up, gaze towards the knees. Your self-challenge here. So we stayed for 3 rounds of breath together before. Maybe you're going for 5. Maybe you're going for 7. But stay here, stay engaged. Stay with the breath. The breath will guide you. It will help challenge you. It'll get rid of that noise in the mind telling you you can't. Another moment, whatever feels best. And when you're ready, on your exhale, bring those knees as wide as the mats, big toes together, hips back towards the heels, arms nice and long in front of you, our arms resting behind you in your child's pose. Deep inhale. Long exhale, stay here. Another round of breath. And when you're ready with your next inhale, let's start to transition back to tabletop, downward facing dog. Give it a little shake out, take a breath. Gazing back up at your hands when you're ready. Step, walk, jump your feet to the outside of your hands. We're coming back to Malasana at the front edge of your mat. Hips are low, palms to heart center. Elbows, if they're there, pressing to the inside of the knees, open up deeper. Shoulders again away from ears. You can close the eyes here. A lot of heat, a lot going on. It's Sunday. It's fun day. So stay with it. Use that exhale to release. If Crow Bakasana is part of your practice and you'd like to go into it, feel free to do it here. We're going to stay for just another moment, another breath. And on your next exhale, bring those palms down to the mat. Lift your hips high to the sky. Walk your feet back in, hip distance apart, and take some of that gentle movement. Pedal your legs. Taking ragdoll, sway it out, side to side. Bring it back to center into this forward fold. Your inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On your next exhale, fold forward. And on your inhale, come, all the way to standing, slight back bend if that feels good to you. Palms touch, hands to heart. Take a breath here, close your eyes. Deep inhale, long exhale. We have one more flow through a sequence, but I'm going to change it up on you a bit here. Final bit of that hard work, and then we'll come into that yin style, that deeper stretch and meditation of our practice. But wherever you are, stay with your eyes closed for a final round of breath. And on your next inhale, begin to open your eyes. Reach those hands to the sky, get nice and tall. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So again, switching it up on you. Pretty big switch here. We're gonna bring those big toes to touch, space between the heels. Let's take it to chair pose. Bend into the knees. Sit bones sink back, hands reach up to the sky. Stay here. Bring your palms to touch your hands to heart center. So we're gonna end our practice today, our flow into eagle pose. So going right from chair, bring the weight into your right foot. We're gonna cross that left leg up and over. So depending on how you're feeling today, left toes can stay on the mat or that left foot's lifted. Your gaze is wherever you find stillness. So from here, you can begin to wrap that left foot around your right ankle, right calf. Maybe you're not going there today and that's okay. We've opened those hips a lot. So hopefully you got a little bit more space to get twisty with it. Now options, hands can stay at heart or we take eagle arms, arms off to the side. Let's bring that right arm in front, cross the left arm over top, take your twist. Elbows up, forearms forward, stay here, find your breath. If you're going for the challenge, we're gonna crunch it in 4 times through. Exhale, bring your elbows to touch your knees, because I already fell out of it. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. We go 2 more. Exhale. And inhale, and last time through. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Stay for a final breath, and then exhale, feet together, reach those hands to the sky, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. We're gonna flow a little bit here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, stretch it out, plant those hands, step it back. Option to go right to down dog, or we flow from high plank down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're here for just a breath. We're going back to the front edge of your mat. On your next exhale, gaze up at those hands. Step, walk, or jump those feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold, come back to chair. Big toes touch, space between the heels. Sink those hips back, reach the hands to the sky. Getting set up, palms touch, hips to heart. Find that steady gazing spot. When you're ready, weight into the left foot, cross that right leg up and over. So right toes can rest onto the mat for a little bit more stability. Or maybe you're working to wrap right foot around the left calf. Not so much for me today. Eyes are steady, hands at heart. Squeeze those legs together. Keep those eyes again on that steady gazing spot. Option to stay at hands at heart or take eagle arms. Arms off to the side. We go left arm in front, right arm in top, create the twist. Elbows up, forearms forward. Stay here, take the crunch with me. Exhale, elbows to knee. Inhale, lift back up. We go 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. 2. Exhale. And inhale, last time through. Exhale, crunching in. Inhale, lengthen, final round of breath. Exhale, release, reach those hands to the sky, slight back bend. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant those hands, step it back, high plank, last flow here. Come forward to the tips of the toes, and on your exhale, come down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale, bring it back to down dog, give it a little shake out. Final time, if you're going for it, let's bring it back down to dolphin. If you're done, go to child pose. This time, keep a wider stance, feet away from the face. We're gonna go from dolphin into low plank. So find that stability into the forearms. When you're ready, on your exhale, let those hips come down towards the mat. We hover. Inhale, hips back to the sky to dolphin. Exhale, come down. And inhale, lift high. Let's go 4 more. Exhale. And inhale, 3. Exhale. And inhale, 2. Exhale. And inhale, 1 more time. Exhale, come down. We're gonna hover. We're gonna stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. Hips back towards those heels. Arms reach nice and long in front of you. Forehead to the mat. Deep breath in. Long breath out the mouth. Then deep inhale. And long exhale. Staying in child's pose, let's take a variation of thread the needle. So with those arms nice and long in front of you, let's thread the left arm underneath the right. Forehead can rest towards the mat or find any place for your head to rest here that feels good to you. Left palm can face the floor, face the sky, but you should feel this twist into the shoulder. Use that exhale to deepen, to release. Let the sit bones drop closer towards the heels. Final breath. And on your next inhale, let's switch it out. Left arm extends nice and long. Right arm threads underneath the left. Same here. Take any position that feels good to you. Right palm to the mat towards the sky. Another round of breath. And on your next inhale, reach both arms nice and long in front of you. Let's take that active child's pose. Pressing into your fingertips, sit bones closer towards your heels. Another round of breath. And on your inhale, begin to make your way forward to tabletop. We're going to go into pigeon. So if you'd like to do this from downward facing dog, feel free. But otherwise, we'll start on our left side this morning. So let's bring your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Walk that right leg nice and long behind you, top of that right foot's flat. Help out that front shin, make it more parallel to the front edge of your mat. Get nice and tall before we fold, reach up through the crown of the head. And then on your exhale, start to walk those hands forward. I have a little pillow here. Coming down onto your forearms. So if you have pillows, blocks, whatever it is, you can use that for your forehead to rest on. If you don't have that today, stack your forearms on top of one another and let your forehead rest there, or maybe a combo of both. But don't cheat yourself on this. So when I used to go into this posture, I used to think kind of more with my ego, thinking that I was hot stuff because I felt really deep. I let my right, so we're on our left side right now, I'd let my right hip fall and touch my right foot, thinking I was getting a deeper stretch. But I was actually kind of cheating myself out because I was falling too far to the right. So you want to keep those hips parallel. Notice the difference of the stretch, the difference of the release here. And then notice also the tension where you start to hold your body. So that upper back, I noticed in myself, is where I held a lot of the weight. I want to let myself drop into it. So notice, where is it in your body today? Is it the upper back, the low back, the forearms, the shoulders? Maybe it's in the legs. Each exhale, we release deeper. You notice the stories that go along with the tension in the body. And then work on just coming back to the breath. Focusing on the inhale and the exhale. Allowing the body to release the tension, to release the story, to release the noise in the mind. And then with your next breath, we'll slowly start to come back up onto your palms. Staying here for another moment. The option is yours if you'd like to. Bend your right knee, bring your heel in towards your glute, grab for the right foot, maybe again grabbing for the foot or the pants, the ankle, or you can grab for the top of the foot, reaching the right elbow more towards the sky, and then make sure your shoulders are working to become parallel to the front of your mat. But we're here for a final breath. And then exhale, release the right foot down. Let's bring it back to downward facing dog or tabletop. Give it a little shake out. I have to catch my breath here. And then come back to center. So when you're ready, right knee outside of your right wrist. Let's walk that left leg nice and long behind you. Top of the foot's flat. Shift that right leg so the shin is more parallel to the front edge of your mat. And on your next exhale, coming down, forehead coming, resting and releasing. As you rest here, again, forehead onto the mat, onto your forearms, onto a pillow. Stay with your breath. Deep inhales. Long exhale. So maybe you've brought that attention to where you're holding on a lot of the tension, but then notice that subtle tension in the body, from the scrunching of the eyes to the creation of fists to clenching the jaw or pressing the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Trying to release all tension here. Letting our bodies go deeper into the posture. Final few moments. Another round of breath. And on your next inhale, let's start to bring it back up onto your palms. Still in pigeon, still working. Option to stay or bend that left knee, heel in towards the glutes, grabbing for your left foot. Ankle, pants, maybe switching the grasp to the top of the foot. Work your shoulders parallel. Another moment, another breath. And then release that left foot down. Bring it back to tabletop or downward facing dog every time. Give yourself a little shake out. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and start to make our way on our back. So coming onto one hip or the other, straighten those legs nice and long in front of you. Let's extend those arms out, creating Dandasana, but working our way onto our back. So when you're ready, nice and long spine, and on your exhale, start to round the spine as we come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Always take variations to get yourself down on the ground if you need it. And once you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Take some movement here, rock or sway side to side. If happy baby's calling your name right away, feel free to take that always. But then bringing yourselves back to center, hug your right knee into your chest and straighten that left leg flat on the mat. We'll come into our twist. Right arm off to the side, T-like position. Grab for the outside of that right leg with your left hand and then bring that right leg up and over to your left. Keeping that right shoulder on the mat. You're welcome to gaze over your right shoulder for that twist in the neck. You can let your eyes close here. Deep breaths. Each exhale, releasing more into the twist. Follow the breath. Follow the release. Another moment. And with your next inhale, let's come back to center, hug your right knee back in, and then switch it out. Right leg nice and long onto the mat, left knee hugged into the chest. Take a breath, grabbing for the outside of your left leg, bring it up and over. Left arm off to the side in a T-like position, gazing over that left shoulder if that feels good to you, and guide the exhale to where that tension is in the body today, helping you to deepen into the twist, helping you to release a little bit more. Deep breath in, long breath out. Another round of breath. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Hug that left and right knee into your chest. We'll come to happy baby, arms in between the legs, grab for the outside of the calves, ankles, or feet. Knees down on either side of the body. Pressing your feet into your hands back into your feet, getting deeper into this release and that option to create movement. Rock or sway, maybe straighten one leg, the other, or both to that pike-like positioning. We'll stay for another moment, stretching for you. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead up to meet the knees, create a tight ball, deep breath in. And on your exhale, begin to lengthen the legs out onto the mat. You can release the next side of the body, palms facing up. Eyes are closed. Noticing where you can just sink into the mat a little bit more as we come into our final Shavasana. Let's take a deep breath in, filling the lungs. Long breath out, releasing. One more time, deep inhale. Long exhale. Coming into our final Shavasana. Slowly begin to come back to the present moment, wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. And if it feels good to you, reaching the arms up and overhead into that full body stretch. With your eyes still closed, come onto your right or your left side body into a fetal position. Stay for breath. And with your next inhale, begin to make your way up to a comfortable seat, facing the front edge of your mat, taking half lotus or easy seat. Allowing your hands to rest onto your legs, palms facing down for grounding, or palms resting facing up for energy. Find length through the crown of the head. Drop those shoulders away from your ears and let your eyes close. So as we come to the end of our practice and closing our practice today, I'd like you to find that point of gratitude, that thing, that anchor that you can come back to in this day or throughout this week, that brings you back to you, that makes you feel more like yourself again. And as we take this next breath in, I want you to envision breathing in that point of gratitude, filling your heart, your mind, and your soul. So let's begin with that exhale. Empty your lungs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill the heart, fill the mind, fill the soul with that gratitude. We'll hold the breath. And on your exhale, release, sigh out the mouth, letting go of anything not serving you. You slowly come back to that natural rise and fall of your breath. And ending our practice by bringing our palms to meet at heart center. The light in me truly honors, respects, and appreciates the light in each of you. Namaste. Well, thank you guys for joining me today for a little Sunday Vinyasa. Thanks for your patience with crazy kiddos today and barking dogs, but you know, the new normal. It will be back next Sunday for Sunday Vinyasa. If you are planning on going to the Halloween 5K on Saturday, I will be there with the kiddos as well. So hopefully I'll see some of you there, but if not, for sure, I will see you next Sunday. So thanks again. Have a great week and be well.
Thanks, Erin. Thank you.
Bye, guys. You're welcome.
Bye.